go. Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Red Robin, The Hit List. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, when the Red Robin series first came out during the Batman Reborn series, I stated that it was actually the most underrated out of all the Batman families. With all the comics that were getting big praise, like Batman and Robin, and the Batman series, and Batgirl, and Azrael, and so on and so forth, people really weren't looking at Red Robin that much. And it was a really great comic. It was well written, it took a character in Tim Drake, and started to evolve him more and more, while still keeping him rooted in the foundations that was Tim Drake. Tim Drake is a great character because he does evolve, he does change, but he doesn't change so much that he's unrecognizable. He still is Tim Drake. And the first two arcs were fantastic. They were like coming-of-age stories for Tim. He needed to really find himself before he could really be himself. But after those coming-of-age stories happen, where does Red Robin go from here? Well, Hit List kind of gives you the answer to that. In that, Tim Drake decides to stay in Gotham. But, is Gotham ready for Red Robin? Well, you're just going to have to read and see. Let's get into the story itself. As I just stated 2 seconds ago, Red Robin, Tim Drake, is returning to Gotham. But Gotham isn't the same Gotham that he left. For two reasons. One, it's under new management. Bruce isn't around right now. It's Dick Grayson as Batman. And two, he's not Robin. People don't know who he is. He is Red Robin. He is essentially a new character, a new persona. People don't know who Red Robin is. It can be similar to how Dick Grayson became Nightwing. No one knew who Nightwing was. They know Dick Grayson, but they don't know Nightwing. The same thing with Tim Drake here. So, Tim Drake needs to figure out how to get his name across to the Gotham citizens and to the police and all the other people around that really don't know who Red Robin is. How does he do this? Well, he creates a hit list, and he publicly takes out all these villains on this hit list to kind of showcase that Red Robin is here, and he is here to stay. In addition to that, Tim is still trying to adjust on his role in life. Who does he live with? Who does he work with? Who does he fight against? Who does he fight with? And how does he fight against these people? These are all questions that get answered in the story, but it is a long journey for Red Robin. He faces against some of his most deadliest foes, and he realizes along the way, maybe some of these criminals he's locking up, he shouldn't. Maybe some of them aren't criminals at all. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, his experience as Red Robin has changed Tim Drake. Has it changed him so much that he's starting to act like Bruce? Is it changing him so much that he's starting to keep records on some superheroes? Well, you're just going to read and see. Let's get into the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. Well, first thing first is the writing is consistently good here. It's continuing the good writing for Tim Drake that we've been getting with the whole entire series up to this point. This is Tim evolved, this is Tim a little different, but it is still Tim, and it's fun to read him, it's fun to hear his inner dialogue, or read his inner dialogue, to really get a sense of where this character's direction is going. In addition to that, I like some of the bad guys that they use, particularly a Scarab. I think that Assassin the Scarab is kind of a badass. It's a shame that she gets taken down so quickly, and it's not really a big spoiler because he kind of takes down everyone. But, you know, when she first came into the Batman universe as a very minor bad guy, she was still kind of a bad guy that you are scared of, or at least you know that she can cause a lot of trouble. I also like the interactions between Tim and a lot of the characters in here, particularly Lucius Fox's daughter, Tam, and Damian Wayne. I think the interactions between Tim and those characters are actually pretty good, and I like to see more from those characters. And also, we get in the last issue a little Cassandra Cain sprinkled on top of our Red Robin reading, and also a very heartfelt embrace with Bruce, who had just returned just before that issue. Beautiful. The action is nice. The art is the same as we've been getting with Red Robin, which has been good art. And on the whole, the story has been written well. Bad. Well, although this does have a lot of good, it does have some bad. First of all, is that although the story and concept is nice, it's not really well structured. It's kind of, a villain of the week for the first few issues. He fights this villain, then he fights this villain, this villain. I mean, certain story aspects translate over to other issues, but it's kind of like more individual one-shots until the last or so issues. And even then, it kind of just comes together slowly and barely. This, like I said, some story elements transition from issue to issue, but it's so subtle that you really don't notice. And if you do notice, you really don't care all that much. So it would have been better if this was a little bit more like a story arc than actual a villain of the week kind of thing. Next thing is, I really didn't care how Dick Grayson was portrayed in this. I mean, he was kind of like how Dick Grayson is portrayed, but not 100%. He seemed a little, I don't know, flimsy. I can't really explain it all that well, but Dick could have been portrayed a little bit better. Last thing is, I would have liked to see a little bit more Bruce interaction. I understand he just came home, and what we did get was good, but a little bit more Bruce and a little bit more Cassandra Cain would have been nice because, well, those are two great characters, and we really hadn't seen much Cassandra Cain since Batman R.I.P., and Bruce at this point had just come back. On the whole, whether or not you should get it. Well, I would still recommend the Red Robin series. Although the reboot is happening, or not the reboot, but the relaunch is happening, and Red Robin will no longer have his own series, but rather be on the Teen Titans, this is still something that I would recommend. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it only adds to the dynamic and the evolution of Tim Drake as a character. If you're a Tim Drake fan, or if you're a fan of just good Batman/Batman family stories, this is definitely something you want to pick up. And the great thing about this is it's a good jumping on point for Red Robin fans because you don't need to read the first two arcs to understand what's going on here. It's kind of a fresh start for Tim. So, on the whole, Red Robin the Hit List was enjoyable. I think you guys will find it enjoyable. And, again, it's another great Tim Drake story. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.